Hey you guys, I'm Brandy,
And I'm Dez.
and we
We
are
are
BranDez.
BranDez. Greetings and salutations.
Hey y'all,
It's
We're driving.
BranDez. We are driving. Well, she's driving.
yes, I'm driving.
We are on the road and we thought about you. Thought about you. So welcome. Well, I'll say Roadside Chronicles. I almost said
Roadside.
That's like
no.
Or you broke down or something. Oh, look at this hair.
That's not a mirror for you, babe.
Just real quick, the people are helping me get my hair together. All right. All right. So, welcome. So the stratagem today is that we are discussing a topic. We had spoke before about having what we call a fishbowl of ideas to pull from.
Or having our audience also, guys can give us ideas to talk about.
Of course, and those ideas will go into the fishbowl, and we'll pull them to bring out certain nuances in conversation. And we don't have the fishbowl with us today because we are on the road. But
Show them the road.
show them the road. She said, "Oh, it won't, no, that's just 3 pictures. It won't let me flip it."
Your hand can flip it.
My baby's so advanced. I love it.
So silly.
On the road. Baby wants you to see the road. Alright, I don't want to spin them and make them dizzy, babe. Gotta go slow. I hate it when I'm watching stuff and I'm like, you're moving too fast. Oh my god. I want to give you my baby's expression when I'm talking. That's what give you that. I love it. Okay, so hold on. The music in the background is sponsored by Dez the Pharaoh. All right. Excuse the technical difficulties, and we're back. BranDez. Here to dish it up with you. All right, so as a selected topic today, something I'll let babe bring it into you.
We're going to talk about our first influences, cooking, and how did we learn how to cook, or what kind of dishes do we most enjoy from each other, or just making personally. So then, what do you most enjoy in cooking?
Oh my gosh, I think we should start with how we learned how to cook. That might help explaining away some of our stuff.
I first learned how to cook by watching my aunt Betty and my grandmother, and just really looking at their technique on how they never measured anything, how they would taste as they go, and just learning that way, just learning how to taste my food, and knowing if I like the way it tastes, then other people might like the way it tastes. So I first learned how to make Southern style food, which is like cornbread, Southern style cornbred, and greens with
That sounds good. Wait.
ham hock in it.
Can we? What is Southern? What do you mean Southern style?
Like sometimes Betty used to make like crackling cornbread and put bacon in it. Hot water cornbread.
No, we haven't had that at home. Wait a minute. That's why I love this little show. It brings out so much. I'm gonna give you some crackling cornbread. What? Babe, why are you holding out?
I mean, I don't cook that way anymore. I mean, they used to make their greens with ham hock in it, and anytime I make greens, it's usually with turkey, and I don't make it that often, so sometimes my greens are like a hit and miss. But yeah, cook. And my mom, most of the time, it was one of those situations where she was like, get out of the kitchen. She didn't want to be disturbed. She wanted to get in and get out. So having us in the kitchen, my sister and I, was not, most of the time, not an option unless she was showing us how to cook something. And then we would be in there, and the most of it would be like sweets or something like that, like cookies or cakes. So that was my experience with who influenced me and how I learned how to cook.
Interesting. I have to excuse the camera gyrations. We're on the road. Even if it was on there, you know, it has that trimmer.
You would be holding it.
Yeah, but it would still be getting the same balance. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of applause for her segment. I felt like it was pretty important for me to discuss how I learned how to cook before I go to talking about what my favorites are and so forth. I too, you know, raised in a what you call, my air quotes, traditional black family. My mom, she's an amazing cook. Even pre-vegan and all that good stuff. But she just didn't slow down to teach. I was so curious and eager to learn those little womanly things, so to speak, or how I viewed them as womanly things. She was so good in the kitchen, and she was an amazing seamstress. And, you know, but those are the two main things that I walked away with little to no knowledge about once I hit adulthood. So for me, the early stages was, funny enough, ironically enough, I was doing this little cooking show, mockery, if you will, in the kitchen when I was home alone, which was often because Mom was a single parent and was working all the time. And she had a wok, and that was what I trusted to do my cooking in. And a little plug-in-the-wall red wok had the cone shape, so they said it was the healthier because the oils and the grease or whatever, you know, it wasn't like you were cooking your things literally in the grease. Most of the time it was kind of above the grease. But at any rate, using a wok, and whatever the meat of my choice, I would put in there, and in the front end I was calling everything goulash because I didn't know what I was making. And so the safest thing for me was to kind of have this conglomerate titling. And, you know, so I'd be like turkey goulash, ground turkey goulash, chicken goulash, you know. And I, you know, chop up whatever vegetables that I wanted to put in there, along with the meats. And my mom always had this huge seasoning cupboard. And I had no clue, you know, really what things were in there, other than the basics. Seasoning, salt, pepper, and yeah, maybe back then I think we were still using accent before we got hit to MSG, monosodium glutamate. And so other than that, I would just take chances and just kind of go, okay, I'm gonna try some of this. What's this come in? I'm gonna put some of that in there, just a little bit, because I don't really know. And I'm gonna try this, and you know. And sometimes I do bad choices. And so a lot of times my dishes would end up getting tossed, and I'd start over. Don't tell my mom I was wasting all her food, but I was. And so that was really how I learned how to cook. Honestly, it was a lot of trial and error. It was solo motivated, so to speak. I was by myself and just trying to figure it out. At least she would
allow you to learn. She would allow you to use her food to
She wasn't
learn.
there. She wasn't home.
Oh,
she wasn't home. She didn't know.
She got it.
She didn't know. And so, if anybody knows my mom or gets to meet her, don't call me that. But yeah, so I'm rogue. That's why I say I'm rogue. Babe always says, get that pot. And I don't even know what a pot is. I don't know the difference between a pot and a pan. I just use something to put over fire to heat it up. You know, if it's big enough or it's right size, that's all I look for. And so, you know, I do know what a skillet is, but I don't know what doesn't belong in a skillet, right? And so forth. So I'm you know, one of those type of cooks. My palate has grown. Of course, my experience is you know, is quadrupled and whatnot, but I don't do anything in the traditional, formal, professional manner, if you will.
So what foods do you most enjoy cooking? Now that you've learned a little bit about how to season.
Most enjoy cooking. Steak. I would say shrimp, but I mean shrimp is so easy, you know, and then it's done in the flash of lightning. But probably steak, just because I like challenging myself to get it to the perfect medium well kind of consistency. I don't use a thermometer or anything. It's all just kind of eyeballed and timed out. And so I like to challenge myself with that, and just to see. I'm still trying to, I don't know, I think I'm retired, but just trying to get my grilling experience down to a science, but I think I'm going to retire. Let the boy have it. We've got a 28-year-old son-in-law, and I think I'm passing.
He's not your son-in-law. If he's my child, that would be stepson.
I don't know that either. Why is that step? That's weird to me. In-laws when you marry in. She's laughing. It's not in-law because the law married us, right?
He would be your in-law if he were like your brother's husband. That'll be your...
Like somebody else in the family married them in.
Yes. Like, Janice would be your sister-in-law.
Right, okay. I'm sorry. See, I just had the rule of thumb on that one wrong. I don't think it's right that she's laughing. What do y'all think?
Because you said my son would be your son-in-law.
But I don't get the step. I don't know. Maybe because I don't understand steps. But anyway. Like, what does that mean? Like, you know,
that if you are the bonus parent, then
what is step? What is step? Like,
I didn't make the word up.
I'm just okay. I'm not blaming
So if you are the bonus parent, then they call it a step.
Okay.
I mean,
So at any rate,
but I don't know.
Nonetheless, I'm retiring my grilling. Just cause, you know. Yeah, just cause. I'd rather be chilling, sipping something, waiting on the food to be ready. So, but anyway.
I think I do pretty good with grilling, but I most enjoy doing ethnic foods. Anything like curry or Jamaican food.
Yes.
I enjoy making that, like cooking with different spices. Different meaning, like not your norm, you know, like putting cinnamon in some beef or just stuff like that. And it doesn't always have to be meat in the dishes. Like I like making the soup. It's a curry soup with chickpeas in it and butternut squash.
Let me tell you about this. Sorry. It's so good. It is so good. So good.
So yeah, but I feel like if I get a recipe, I don't really follow it to the T. I kind of make it my own. And yeah, I just enjoy cooking, period.
But not with me in the kitchen.
Because you're in my way. But
I'm never in your way.
Most of my dishes people do enjoy, unless it's like a strict, only like Southern food person. And so if I cook something other than, they're like, what is this? Or, you know, if I make turkey tacos and somebody's like strictly ground beef tacos, you're like, I don't like this turkey. You know, so, but other than that,
And that's because they don't give it a chance. It's not like it doesn't taste good.
Right. But other than that, as far as Des goes, I really, really enjoy her enchiladas, no matter what kind of enchilada she makes. She makes them really good. And she makes a really good shrimp Alfredo, like linguine pasta dish. That's really good. So she doesn't give herself much credit for that. She said steak, which her steak is, you know.
Did that just happen? Why do you do that to me on camera? Like, that's crazy. Baby!
Well, you make filet mignon, which is not a really hard steak to cook.
Oh, Jesus!
So,
that filet. Oh my God. Look at really quick outtake, whatever you call them. We were finding these filet mignons at Ralph's. And they were like $3 and $4. Like it was, I was buying like a little single steak. Oh my God, for like $4 and $6. And when I tell you, you know, the first time it happened, we just figured, oh, okay, great sale, we'll catch a few. And we went back, same Ralph's, and we went back a couple weeks, whatever the next grocery run was, and they had more. And so I was like, babe, I think it's a mistake. We're gonna load up before they realize that their pricing is wrong. And so there was at least about 2 months in spring where we had filet mignon. Yours is coming up, but yeah. Where they were having these filet mignons, right? Oh my God. Hey, thanks for watching and joining us.
please like, subscribe, and comment below.
Please remember to leave us questions so that we can add them to the fishbowl.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Dishing it up with BranDez.
Yes, indeed.